Welcome to this video. In here we're going to talk about how to use your TI-84 to find the z-score and corresponding proportions. In the last video we briefly talked about the definition for z-scores and how do you use the formula to calculate z-score by hand. But in reality, when you're taking your AP exam, most of the cases you're going to use your TI-84 calculator. So really make sure to know how to use it is going to be very important. So that's the topic that we're going to cover in today's video. So think about this scenario first. Old school and new school methods for solving normal distribution problems. Given that IQ as measured by the this individual achievement test, WIAT, follows an approximately normal distribution with mu equal to 100 and standard deviation equal to 10. Note we may see the notation IQ. This is like a wave symbol. Don't know how to call it, but like n, like parentheses 100 comma 10. This is a notation that you may see a lot in further videos. This stands for a normal distribution for 100 mean and 10 standard deviation. So the question will be, what percent of the test takers have an IQ between 92 and 105? So if we want to do the old methods, it will be calculate the z-score for each using the formula mu minus, you use the specific mean minus the average mean and divided by the standard deviation. You can get the z-score for each. And those are the values that you can find on your z-table, on your brochure. Those are the proportions that corresponding with those z-scores we just found. But another simple way you're gonna find is basically go into your calculator. So pull out your calculator right now with me and go into second vars. So basically you're gonna hit second distribution and then select 2. It says normal CDF, and the lower value is 92, the upper is 105. Enter those in. The mu is 100 and the standard deviation is 10, and then paste. So you will get 0.4796, pretty easy on your calculator. So you can see that it's way more fast than you do the z-scores for each and calculate the proportions by hand. So it's definitely easier, and it's gonna save you a lot of time in your exam. So the new school is the normal distribution z-score with mu, standard deviation. We all check those things. We all have those. That's nice. So this is the normal distribution curve we're gonna draw right here if it asks to draw. Basically, if you're gonna use your calculator to approach this way, you want to show your normal curve right here, which you're gonna label the standard deviation, the mu, the bound and shaded area, label the proportion. So this is what you're gonna show with your answer right here. So part A is above 130. So do part A and B for a second. I already drew the normal curve for each, help you visualize those. But please pause the video and think about it a second. Maybe do it on your calculator on your own, and we'll check it later. So I hope you all did by yourself. So what you're gonna do is same thing, second vars, go into normal CDF. The lower value will be 130 for part A, and the upper value you're gonna just put like a relatively large number. I will put like 1, which bunch of zeros, probably 6 or 7 zeros. And the mu is still 100 and standard deviation is still 10, and copy and paste, you will get this value right here, 0.0013. Same thing as below 90, you're gonna do normal CDF, but for the lower value, instead of doing 90, you're gonna do a negative number. So -1 with a bunch of zeros, and the upper will be 90. Mu and standard deviation stays the same. You will get 0.1587 approximately. So I hope you all found this correct and do it by yourself. So another is, what score defines the 90th percentile of test takers? Okay, so this is a different question, but it's also going to be asked frequently in AP exam. So basically what you're going to do is first find the z-score from your z-table on your brochure and set the formula. We know that mu is 100 and standard deviation is 10, but we don't know the x right here. So you're going to leave x as your variable and set the z-score equal to it. Basically, you'll construct a equation and find x. So find x right here and approximate 113 IQ. So if you want to do it on your calculator, instead of doing normal CDF, go into inverse norm. So press number 3 on your calculator, and the area is 90th percentile. So 90th percentile, you can just type 0.9, and mu is 100, standard deviation is 10, and we want to have like starting from left. So you're gonna go into the tail column and you're gonna hit this left. And then copy and paste, you will get the same answer right here on your calculator. And same thing, if you want to do the short way on your calculator, make sure you draw the normal curve next to it. And is z equal to 3 an outlier? Think about this question for a bit. Sure is, because our IQR is 1.3, 1.5. So 1.5 times 1.34 will give you 2.01. Yeah, I believe this is a question like IQR. How do you do it? Like a recall from previous videos. This is Q3 minus Q1, right? And Q3 is corresponding with 75th percentile. And Q1 is 25th percentile. So what we're going to do is, how do you find those numbers? You're going to do inverse norm. Area will be 0.75 for Q3. And leave mu at 0, standard deviation as 1, and left paste. You will get this value. If you want to get Q1, you're going to do inverse norm, area 0.25, mu 0, standard deviation 1. Basically, you're just going to leave them as default. So paste, you'll get a negative number right here. So you get those numbers, and you subtract those, Q3 minus Q1, you get 1.34. You times 1.5 with it, because this is the formula that we're using. You might be wondering why we try to multiply with 1.5, because if you want to try using the fence method to find if the value that we're trying to find is an outlier or not, you're going to do 1.5 times IQR, basically 1.5 times the difference between Q3 and Q1. You will get 2.01, and Q3 plus 1.5 times IQR, basically this value, you will get 2.68. And you can see that 3 is outside of 2.68. So yeah, we can say that z equal to 3 in this case will be an outlier. So basically that's for like the default values. If you are providing with a different standard deviation or different mu, maybe things will change a little bit, but in this case we're just using the default values 0 and 1 for this, so you will find that this is an outlier, true. Okay, so that's all for this video. Basically, I just showed you how to using your TI-84 to find proportions of z-scores. You can see that it's way more convenient than do it by hand, right? So that's a good method you want to be mastered with. And thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a great day.